One of the most critical positions in the Trump administration has been filled. And tonight, the president is suggesting Republicans use the so-called nuclear option to confirm his pick for the Supreme Court. CBS 2's Tony Aiello has the story.
Applause and a hearty handshake from President Trump after the swearing in of America's 69th Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson.
And I can say this is a man that's respected all over the world before he even begins.
But in the Senate, a bit of partisan disrespect.
The yeas are 56.
Tillerson was confirmed with the fewest yay votes of any Secretary of State in modern history. Also Wednesday, President Trump's nominee for Supreme Court began making the rounds on Capitol Hill, getting a warm welcome from Democrat Joe Manchin of West Virginia.
We have a lot to talk about. We try to get to know each other.
But many other Democrats agree with Senator Ed Markey.
And I think that the Democrats should do everything they can in order to block his nomination.
Mr. Trump is urging Republicans to use the so-called nuclear option, rewriting the rules to confirm Neil Gorsuch with just 51 votes instead of 60.
If we end up with that gridlock, I would say, if you can, Mitch, go nuclear.
Meanwhile, we've learned an Iraqi Catholic bishop invited to the U.S. by Republican New Jersey Congressman Chris Smith can't make the trip because of the president's travel ban.
It's off. The visa is revoked or denied, and no hearing to appeal it.
Monsignor John Kozar runs the Catholic Near East Welfare Association, which is helping Archbishop Bashar Warda care for refugees who fled ISIS in northern Iraq. Kozar fears the travel restrictions have the refugees wondering,
are you still with us? Do you still love us? Are you concerned about us?
The office of Congressman Chris Smith, who invited the bishop to the U.S., refused comment. He's a New Jersey Republican who has called the controversial executive order poorly implemented, but Smith supports additional vetting of certain visitors and refugees. Live in the newsroom, Tony Aiello, CBS 2 News.
Okay, Tony, and there is talk tonight of 1,000 bodegas across the city expected to shut down tomorrow. Yemeni business owners, I should say, will say that they're going to close from noon to 8 p.m. because of the president's executive order on immigration. Yemen is on the list of 7 countries affected by the ban. And it's unclear tonight whether Mrs. Trump and their son Barron will actually be moving into the White House. The source tells Us Weekly the Trumps are now deciding what's best for Barron. But the First Lady has just hired a chief of staff to run her office, and a rep said tonight that the First Lady and Barron will move to Washington after the school year ends. She will split her time between New York and Washington in the meantime.